So after I got my ass blasted on the previous video by Sony, I decided that this is a good time to chill a little and talk about other things that won't get me in trouble with a giant corporate overlord. In the ancient wisdom of picking your own fights, I will talk about something more niche. So that is what I will do today. Talk about a collab between two IPs that are stuck in the abyss of irrelevancy. Do not worry, I will talk about the Fate and HSR collab again in a dedicated video about Rin. During the half anniversary livestream a while ago, a new collab was teased for PGR. Even though a lot of people were hoping for a Metal Gear Rising collab, we were hit with the news of a Date Alive collab. From the few scrolls during that day, I wouldn't say that people were angry, but more shocked because that was not what they expected. I mean, what even is Date Alive? In this video I try to make sense of why Kurogames made this choice and did not go with the more desired MGR collab. And just like in the case of Black Rock Shooter, they went with a lesser known intellectual property for people who got into anime and weeb culture in recent years. For all of you weebs, Date Alive is a series of 22 light novels written by Koshi Tachibana and released between 2011 and 2020, which also had 5 seasons of anime, 2 visual novels and a gacha game. It is a sci-fi action high school harem following the main protagonist, Shido Itsuka, whose mission is to seal spirits that are the cause of natural disasters called spacequakes. The way he seals them is by going on dates with the spirits in order to make them fall in love with him and then kiss them. My god, the Twitter crowd will definitely not go ballistic over this premise. The lore goes very deep, the power system is quite creative, and it is also well regarded for its character writing. Going a little off script, just like last time when I had to explain what a visual novel is, this time I feel the need to explain what a light novel is. A light novel is what happens when a manga or comic and a traditional novel decide to get together and have a kid. It is the middle ground between those two forms of art, being directed mainly at teenagers and young adults in Japan, and being more fast-paced and dialogue-heavy compared to traditional novels, which are more exposition-heavy and slow-paced. Date Alive is a product of the time when anime and weeb culture were not so mainstream and were more experimental compared with what we have today in the great age of battle shonen and isekai slop. Back then, anime was a medium that was mainly enjoyed on TV or through Blu-rays, with streaming as a way of media consumption still being in its infancy. Even the term weeb did not exist at the time, with the word otaku, which meant something along the lines of nerd, being more common in the community. Weeb, which is the term we use nowadays, was taken from weeaboo, a slur used to describe a non-Japanese person who tried to act Japanese by copying the language and behavior he or she saw in anime. Filthy Frank had an amazing video making fun of those types of people, and I recommend watching it. So why did Kurogames decide to go with Date Alive in this case? Well, if it wasn't already obvious, PGR is an anime gacha game. The thing is, a lot of anime gacha devs, especially in China, grew up in the late 90s, 2000s and 2010s anime culture. Back then, without any streaming, accessing anime was much harder. This anime culture inspired them to create their own anime-influenced products to bring a part of their youth to the larger public. For example, Hoyoverse, when it was called MiHoYo, had the motto "Tech Otakus Save the World", and anime gacha games are filled with references and callbacks to the shows those people enjoyed in their younger days. Even though Date Alive is not as well known nowadays among new anime fans in the West, it was quite well known in the 2010s when the weeb community was much smaller, and even nowadays people in Asia might recognize this franchise. Also, Date Alive and PGR have some parallels because of which a collab makes sense. Both PGR and Date Alive have sci-fi elements. We also have Toka and Tenka, who have a similar dynamic to Lucia and Alpha, and from what I can understand, the new Philo tree lore in PGR draws inspiration from the lore in Date Alive. Those aspects make this collab not seem as random anymore. Looking at the other collabs, starting with Nier Automata, followed by Black Rock Shooter and DMC5, and now with Date Alive, it looks like Kurogames tries to go with one collab with a mainstream franchise, followed by a collab with a franchise that is not as mainstream. And honestly, I am fine with this approach. To be honest, nowadays collabs and crossovers seem more like advertising campaigns than a genuine homage to a piece of media that had an impact on many people. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. I will see you on the next one.